Good morning, everyone. Try again, second time lucky. It's Erin here with you, of course, in London this morning, as I have been all weekend so far, trying to bring you a Facebook Live. I can see somebody is watching, so that's giving me hope that it's working. It's just after 8 a.m. this morning. I've just come out of Green Park Tube Station. I'm just going to move out of the way a moment because, as it says in the title of this Facebook Live, there are hundreds and thousands of people all walking behind me trying to get into the relevant viewing areas for the Queen's funeral in London this morning. I'll be honest, I have never seen anything like this. Hello, Charlotte. Nice to have you with us this morning. Sorry if I look a little bit distracted. I'm trying to multitask and check my other phone as well. There are so many people here. The internet signal is understandably a little bit dodgy, so I'm using my own phone, and then I've got my work phone here, which makes things a little bit more complicated, but I think we can make it work. Let me turn the camera around on you. Louise saying it's working, so that's reassuring. You'll see just in front of you here, you should see the underground sign for Green Park Station. Green Park Station is one of the tube stations closest to Buckingham Palace. Green Park, I'm sure you may also be aware, is where loads of floral tributes have been laid as well for Her Majesty the Queen ahead of her funeral here. If I just come around a little bit, you should be able to see some of the setup that's going on. So there's various different types of viewing area here, and one of them everyone, as you can see, is funneling into right now. This goes towards Buckingham Palace. I'm going to attempt to get us to the Mall. Whether that will work or not, I don't know. But I'm being told already by people that are here that the crowds that are lining the Mall and the likes of Constitution Hill are already, at least 15 to 20 people deep. So this is what it looks like this morning. We'll see if we can get you in there. Let me know if you can hear and see everything okay before we start making the move. I don't know how well the internet signal will hold up, but we'll give it a go.
Keep walking and follow me then. Where's Alfie?
There's a variety of different groups. The Queen's funeral itself starts later on this morning at 11 a.m. and then after the service itself, her coffin will be brought through London, ending up over by the Wellington Arch, where it will be then moved into a hearse to take it to Windsor. Okay, we're up to 800 of you watching now. Good morning, everyone. That jumped up quite quickly. Okay, well, seeing as there's a substantial amount of you tuned in this morning, let me do a recap then. I'm Erin. I work for Plymouth Live, Cornwall Live, Devon Live. Come up this weekend to help report on the Queen's funeral, see if we can find some local angles. And in fact, I've already spoken to a few people that have travelled up from the southwest. Last night there were 2 people camped out over by Parliament Square. One guy from Cornwall armed with nothing but a coat, and a lady from North Devon who had similarly nothing but a towel and a chair. And they've been there overnight, all night. I'd love to try and find them later to see how they got on, but they've got front row seats to the funeral procession that will be unfolding later today. Now, as I said before at the start of this Facebook Live, I am just outside Green Park Tube Station, of which there are hundreds of people pouring out of, trying to get, somewhat close to the action. This is being billed as the blue viewing area. I'm going to attempt to get somewhere near the Mall. I don't know how successful it's going to be, because as you can see from the volume of people that have turned out to London today, whether they've come from near or far, I doubt there will be very much room to move. And of course we are still 3 hours before the actual service is due to start. The service is going to be around an hour long, I believe, or just short of an hour long. And then, as I said, the Queen's coffin is going to be brought through London here, that people will be able to see. There's viewing areas that have been set up in the likes of Hyde Park. So if people can't actually physically get close standing to the action, then they'll be able to see it on these huge screens. And also worth pointing out, the level of military involvement here as well is something else. Right, I'm going to go this way for a little bit, just because it seems like it's the direction no one else is going. Whether that will work out in our favour, I'm not sure. Only time will tell. So you joined me this morning from London. I'm assuming you can all hear okay, because I've not heard any objections otherwise. Join me just in the Green Park area of London, where, you know, locals, visitors, people from this country, people from other countries are all gathered. Here's just some of the floral tributes there. And of course the media as well is here. I walked around Westminster, not actually Westminster Abbey itself, but around the area outside Westminster Abbey and Parliament Square yesterday, and the feat of engineering that's gone into broadcasting this occasion. There is a fortress of cameras set up around Parliament Square to film it all. Who have we got in the comments? I did see one just here from Carla saying, I've missed the 4 a.m. train from Plymouth and was gutted. Rest in peace, Your Majesty. King Charles has a huge void to fill. Sorry to hear that you missed the train. It would definitely have been quite a journey to make, especially so early on this bank holiday Monday. Maybe able to see just onto my right hand side there, it's just less than a percentage of the stewards that are around. You'll notice that we've got these huge fences that have gone up around Green Park as well. We're approaching Hyde Park Corner now, and a lot of Macy as well, a lot of veterans with their medals on here, out to pay their respects to the Queen. So it looks like Green Park is closed. So I'll tell you what, we'll go back the way we came. It's very much a learning curve at the moment, trying to figure out exactly where you can and can't go. As you'll see by the fencing and the stewards and the blockades and everything that are in place. We've got these signs here, blue and purple viewing area. Let us know as well in the comments where you're watching from. Maybe you're watching from London itself. Maybe you are in the crowds and you're from the southwest. Or maybe you are staying at home today to watch the service on the telly. I think we'll take the gamble. We will enter the funnel of people. Louise is pointing out that this will be the largest ever security operation ever carried out in London. I don't disagree with you, Louise. I think that is absolutely the case. This is going to be a feat of organisation I don't think we will have ever seen before. There are an enormous amount of dignitaries as well from foreign countries, heads of state. President Joe Biden was here yesterday paying his respects to the Queen inside Westminster Hall. And the queue itself, of course, the famous queue of Westminster Hall is now finished. That ended at 6:30 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
And it'd be very interesting to know exactly the amount of people that were involved in that. Right. Patricia is watching at home in Plymouth. Thanks for getting in touch, Patricia. We join the throng now.
Can you keep coming, everyone?
There's honestly nothing like it. I was actually here 2 weeks ago, the day that the Queen actually died, and I walked this route at about 11 p.m. at night to go to Buckingham Palace, and it was busy, but it was nothing like this. It seems like people are being put into this pen. I don't quite know why, but I guess the only way is to find out. Everyone's being put into lanes at the moment. I don't know if that is to let everyone through in sections. I don't know. A bit hard to gauge, but we'll get in one and we'll see what happens if we get let through to the Mall or something like that.
On a fait le plus tôt qu'on a pu.
Sue is watching in Cornwall. And Donna was actually up here in London on Saturday to place some flowers. This is one of those interesting situations where it's no one's really been told what they're doing, but everyone's just kind of gone along with it anyway. So I presume everyone gets let through in sections. You might see in the distance. We've got stewards, hundreds and thousands of stewards here today, and then got some of the army as well over to the right hand side. Carla is saying, why aren't people wearing black? I am a traditionalist and find it disrespectful. I suppose that's a good question. I mean, I think in part a lot of people will have been here for several hours and have probably prioritised the most comfortable clothes that they've got. But I'd say, to be honest. You see, we're trapped inside a pen at the moment. I don't really know what to tell you at this point. I don't know when people are going to be let forward. I think that will obviously be the aim at some point, so it would be a bit redundant to keep people stuck here, but if you have a message that you would like to get out, please let us know. There's a camera guy over there, he's managed to make it through the ranks to take video of us stood here. Not quite sure how long we'll be here for, to be honest.
Okay.
Who is it? Radio 2? Can't tell. Let's zoom in. I think I made that up. It could literally be any form of press at this point. So you see there's people walking around quite freely past us.
J'aurais dû prendre les credentials. C'est avec oui. Non, the credentials, le placard qui disait presse.
Everyone's stopped at the moment.
Oui, non.
Tracy's saying, how did you get on the other day on the famous walk?
J'ai demandé à.
Well, yeah, I suppose we could talk about that for a little bit, couldn't we, while we're here.
C'est quoi ça?
Turn the camera around so you got me for a moment. I have to hold it about there. Sorry to everyone that's behind me. Yeah, so Saturday arrived in London myself, and I did the queue to pay my respects to the Queen. It took 11 hours in total. We did do a Facebook Live on Plymouth Live for part of it when it got to, I think it was about Tower Bridge. And yeah, it was an interesting experience. I mean, it was an amazing experience. And actually, the queue itself was like, I don't know, it was almost half the process. Obviously, the end point was to get there and pay the respects to the Queen, but actually being in the queue and meeting people and speaking to them and making friends, I joined it on my own, as I'm sure you're probably aware, and then by the end of it there was a group of 8 of us that all went in together, which was really nice. Someone's speaking to a security guard at the moment who was offering not very much information. Yeah, so it was an amazing experience. Somebody was asking if my legs were aching. They were by the morning. I'd say I'm running on about 9 hours sleep since Friday. Went to bed at 6 a.m. that morning, but as I said before, it was 100% worth it, and it's something that I'm really glad that I managed to do. I'm sorry this Facebook Live isn't more visually stimulating, because we've all been trapped. I don't know why, I don't know what for, but there's not much going on.
The idea is that we can go and get a spot.
Max is watching in Weymouth. Looks like somebody's pulling the press card just in front of me. It will be more interesting just to be able to show you the pen that we're in from the outside rather than the inside, but unfortunately I don't think I'm cleared for full press accreditation today, which means you get the full experience as a member of the public. Almost looks like the security guys are being told off a little bit by this man who's gone down, is telling them all to get up and stand in front of each of these lanes, which maybe indicates something's going on. Lisa's saying, can you deliver tea to us on the Mall? Lisa, tell me where you are. If you got what 3 words, give me a what 3 words, I'll try and find you. That's my plan, is to get to the Mall from here. I've got someone already to try and find, but I've not got any tea, Lisa, but I have got a box of Millionaire shortbreads in my bag, so that's the best I can offer, which is, I would say, better than nothing. No, it's my pleasure, Tracy. Thank you for commenting. Sorry that my answer wasn't a bit more thorough. It's just there's a lot of people here, a lot of logistics to try and figure out, and feel partially distracted by trying to process exactly what's going on and give you the live commentary. But I'm sure hopefully we'll be out of this soon, and then we can show you a bit more and give you a bit better view of exactly what's going on. If you've just joined, we are about a couple of 100 metres away from Green Park Station, following the route, the funnel, leading all the members of the public towards Buckingham Palace, towards the Mall, towards Constitution Hill, and then everyone got put in these little pens, and now we're stuck. Elizabeth says, watching from Island Garden City of Samar in the Philippines. Wow. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, Lisa sent me her what 3 words. Lisa, let's look it up. Let's look up Lisa while we're here waiting. And let's see how far away we are from each other, Lisa. Let's do this. Right. So Lisa says, she is looking like, here we go, let's navigate to see where Lisa is. It's right there, 10-minute walk away, which is more or less actually, Lisa, where I'm trying to get to. Yeah. So Lisa, halfway up the Mall there, but sadly we on Plymouth Live, Devon Live, Cornwall Live, and wherever else this is being streamed, but we're all stuck here. So while I'd love to be with you in 10 minutes time, not optimistic at the moment, but you never know. We've got 2.5 hours until the funeral itself starts. suppose this is an example of the level of organisation that's gone into this morning. And the whole day, actually, in fact. Don't even know if I can see through the gap, but there's not too much to see, actually. I think this is where everyone's hoping to go.
Là, on est à Green Park.
Although very few members of the public actually walking around down there, which is not super promising, to be honest with you.
C'est pareil, Green Park et Hyde Park. On veut dire qu'on a Hyde Park.
À côté de Hyde Park, c'est pas la même chose.
À côté d'Hyde Park.
Nous sommes à Green Park.
J'ai l'impression d'être d'ailleurs fait ma mère. Et un petit déj avec un peu.
I mean, if you wanted to feel like you're actually here, I feel like this is a pretty good
No.
representation at the moment.
Tu peux en rien pour un peu?
Bah, non, quand on sera posé.
There's no queue skipping happening on this Facebook Live.
Parce que
Ouais. Sur un marché dessus.
Stampede. Eh ben, c'est ton.
Yeah.
Ça commence à devenir un
Ok.
Sinon, on se met là-bas.
Oui.
Finalement. Et on essaie d'entrer après. Parce que...
Hello to Kerry, who's watching. Good morning to Des, if you've just joined us. We are currently trapped in a pen just off Green Park tube station. Kerry Ann would have loved to have been here today.
Regarde comment c'est placé, on peut pas faire comme eux là.
Oui, oui.
Everyone of you must have a lane and don't move unless I say.
Security guards very on the ball this morning. Stewards being assigned to every lane and being told not to move, so this is making me feel hopeful that we're going to move. I don't know if they're trying to prevent a stampede. It feels like it could have been avoided if they just let us trickle through at a normal pace, but I don't know. Everyone Right, looks like we might be on the move in a minute. He's going to open up one lane at a time. Dad's saying, can you explain why? What is everyone waiting for? I wish I knew. I've got absolutely no idea. They've not explained what this queue is for. I don't know what we're waiting for, and I don't know where we will be able to go once we leave it, but I'm hoping to get to the Mall. I've had a couple of people already that are from the southwest that are already in the queue that have sent me their location and invited me over. So that's my plan. Whether we'll get there, I just don't know.
Machin pour ici, pour l'Angleterre, tu as le ça. Adapteur.
So that's what we're waiting for, but with limited explanation, to be honest.
Dans un café.
On va avoir une pause entre le petit du matin et de l'après-midi. Il n'y a pas de 14 heures. Il n'y aura pas de midi, normalement, en français en tout cas.
Ah, wow.
Ah, après, je sais pas. Tu as des heures pour l'après-midi, etc. ou pas?
Non, pas.
Demande
Pas.
C'est pas la même équipe.
Kerry's saying it looks busy. It is busy, Kerry. We'll go that way. You might get a better idea. And again, this is like the queue before the queue.
Fais gaffe.
All right.
Il passe. Un palin dans la ligne.
So they're letting people through a row at a time, by the looks of it, which is a little bit frustrating for everyone that arrived first and spread out along the queues. But they seem to have all been personally escorted by security off in this general direction. And we're right at the end, so could be a while.
I don't know. Champion de sac.
Right, better get my what three words out. See if I can actually get where we were supposed to be going.
Let's go.
Nice and slowly, can I tell you to stop? Slowly, please. Slowly, please.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the move
Just getting the float on
for the
everything,
first
I think.
time in about 20 minutes. Ah, right, okay, back on track. Let's move. Welcome to Facebook Live this morning. As you may be very aware, we're in London. Buckingham Palace is literally a stone's throw away in front of us. I'm looking for Marlborough Street. Whether I will find it is another question. But everyone has been let through in a little group. There is obviously always that. It's almost a bit like airport panic when you all have the same common goal and everyone wants to try and get ahead of each other. But big crowd. Big crowd. Filling up now. Still in Green Park.
Live streaming videos on YouTube. Might do an Instagram. Amazing, go live on Instagram. You get them messages though.
Because you're like, show me your socks. And it was like, well, show me your feet.
Is this for YouTube?
No, I'm a local news reporter. They
Oh,
sent
are
me
you?
up from Plymouth. Do you want an interview while we're stopped here? I've got 2,000 people that are just
2,000
choosing
people.
if you want to have a chat.
Do you want to have a chat?
Why not?
Do you want to have a chat?
Anyone want to have a chat? Anyone,
No,
what?
I'm a bit shy to be
Oh,
honest.
you don't seem like a shy and retiring
He's the
type.
same age as the king.
Are you? Very good.
Don't knock it.
How long have you been here? Did you come down this morning, or have you been in here?
Peterborough.
And how long's that journey?
About 45 minutes.
Oh, okay, not too bad then. Oh my
Well,
God.
we're in slow train.
Do you just want to go past?
Come on.
Okay. Manic. And what's your plan? Are you trying to get to the mall?
We're trying to get to the mall, yeah.
Yeah.
We're hoping to see
Me
her today.
too.
Yeah, just a glimpse of her. We knew we wouldn't see much. but
Yeah. Didn't fancy camping overnight then?
Have you been here all night?
I've been here since Saturday. I haven't been here all night. I've been popping back and forth. I did the queue on Saturday night for 11 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, it was totally worth it. It was worth it. Yeah, and then now more queuing for this. Yeah. How are you finding it so far?
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
just, didn't realise we'd get stopped in the queues.
right.
You sometimes wonder if you just allow people to just naturally keep going
Yes.
instead of being held back in a big queue. It might
Yeah,
be
how
better.
it would work. Well, we'll find out. I hope you get to see what you came to see, and
day.
I'll probably see you in about 10 seconds when we get stuck to another queue. But it was nice to talk to you now. Okay, right. Let's try and go again. We'll go. I don't even know where we're going to go. I'm making it up as I go along, to be quite honest. Some more floral tributes over here on the left. Everyone is running, almost in a panicked fashion. This looks like the pink viewing area, I think it was described as. People are literally running. Running to get towards the mall. I can't help but feel at 9:15 it might be a little bit late to be running, you know, because of course the hardy members of our society were here last night queuing up. As I mentioned before, I went around to Parliament Square last night and interviewed a few people that had travelled up and travelled down from various parts of the country, camping out in little pop-up tents, but also just pitching up camping chairs and sleeping bags and hoping that they're gonna stay warm overnight, ready to be, you know, the first to see everything this morning. So we are now approaching the mall. Should be shown to you as we just come through this little sign area here that says please follow the stewards. Here we go. Looks like we've made it. So thank you everyone that was patient and bared with me while we tried to figure this out. We've made it. Look up there, you should be able to see Buckingham Palace over the top of the railing.
The thing is, there's less chance around there.
All the Union flags hanging up. I'm gonna go left.
There and around and on.
So, excuse me, everyone. Okay, we've made it. We've made it to the mall. Thank you for your patience. This is the scene before you. This is the view you won't get on the telly. People camped out in their chairs. I don't even know how. Let's try and get up high for you, show you how deep this crowd actually is. Got toilets and urinals here.
Oh, you fell over. Don't worry, just pop.
Absolutely fascinating. You cannot see the road from here whatsoever. Save London Police. I believe a separate police force is doing that, if I'm not mistaken.
But they might come past the wall.
Oh, sorry.
One siren. Oh, we're literally
Now it
going
looks
to
like
non-resort. It's non-moving.
stopped again.
We're just trying to get through everyone, but no one's moving. You up the front.
I'm going to follow the police.
Should we go around?
It's alright. I think it's here. Just sliding in with the glasses.
Yeah, it goes back here.
Oh no. I'll have done it by this time.
Okay.
There isn't anywhere to go.
No, that's the guy to go to got to get to back. How do you want to go? Toilet.
No, well, it's just. There's a road going in there.
The entrance to the building. So some cars coming up.
Oh, is that what the problem is?
What, they closed the road?
I think so.
Perfect, thank you.
Because it wasn't like this 10 minutes ago.
Well, I was going to say, if you come to the toilet, you wouldn't be able to get back.
No, we're having difficulties getting back to you. Try and get this way.
Yeah, now we can all see what's going on.
There's a road to get our vehicles in and out, I think. We can't get through. We can't get through at the moment.
Apparently I think there's a car going through the side road, so they've closed it. That's just what I heard. Don't take my word for it.
Yeah, I know you would. You can't at the moment. Somebody called.
Yeah. Would anyone like to have a chat while we're stuck? I'm doing local reporting down from Plymouth. You don't have to be from Plymouth to talk to me, of course, but I have got 2,000 people that are just watching the back of heads at the moment. So if anyone would like a chat.
Go on then.
Go on, yeah?
No, I talk shit.
How about yourself? Where have you travelled from?
Travelled from Devon.
Have you?
We have.
Oh my gosh, you've made my day. Right, whereabouts in Devon are you from? You know Devon Live?
Axminster.
Yeah, do you know Devon Live?
Yes.
We're on Devon Live right now. You're on Devon Live, right? Axminster. So when did you come up? Tell me about the journey.
We came up last night actually.
Okay.
From different places. So
Yeah.
I came from Goodwood.
Yeah.
The girls came from. My daughter came from Spain.
Yeah.
She'd been
Oh
on
my
holiday,
God.
and Isabel came from Bristol.
Are you guys all Devon? Yeah. Devon, but it's not. I like it when things like this come together. So why did you decide that you wanted to make the journey then?
Just feel like you've got to pay your last respects, don't you? Let's face it. She's an amazing queen.
Yeah.
She did the best for us. So yeah.
And then time-wise this morning, when did you come down to join this crowd at the Mall?
We left at 7, didn't we?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah. Not too
About,
bad.
what are we on? Almost 9 o'clock now. It's about 2 hours. And how
We didn't even later than that. I think we did.
All right. Yeah. About 7.
how optimistic are you feeling in regards to being able to see anything now that you're physically here and seeing the amount of people?
See, Mum won't.
You got any stools or anything to stand on? Or, oh, you have to do tiptoes.
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 Let's hope they can find us a spot.
Did you get stuck in that barrier back there?
Yes,
Yeah. It was a bit
I presume
confusing
you were the
because
same.
I was. Yeah. Oh yeah. No special treatment for me.
So you're a roving crowd reporter.
I'm a roving crowd reporter, yes. And funnily enough, I was doing some.
Interview this chap. He's from the RAF.
Are you? Tell
Was in the RAF.
Not for my RAF. Right?
because I see you're wearing your.
It's a 4 squadron.
Okay.
Many years ago, we used to have Harriers, the best aircraft in the world.
Yeah.
Right? And what happened? The British government got rid of them.
Oh.
Right? Believe it or not, we sold them to India. And yet the American Marines are still using them today, right?
And I
It's
take
still
it.
the best aircraft in the world, right?
I take it must mean a lot to you to be wearing, part of your military uniform here today, because I see you got your beret on and everything.
Served the Royal Air Force.
Yeah.
And I've got a handicapped son. Believe it or not, he's 50 next year. So things didn't work out for me in the Air Force.
Yeah.
So I come out and I've joined the Royal Engineers Territorial Army.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I spent 12 years there.
And being a military man, you obviously must have, with the ties to royalty, you must have a lot of respect for the Queen as well. Is that why you came out?
We used to call him Golden Eagle, Charles, many years ago in the Air Force.
Yeah.
That was his nickname, because he learned to fly, you know what I mean? I've got a great respect for the family except one.
Yeah. Okay. I feel we all know where. I think we know where that one's going. Absolutely. Des, we've got Des saying this is amazing. Des is like that we're having a chat, so that's good. Thank you for letting us know.
St Martin, Devon's a place called Goodrington.
Yeah.
Next to Pearton.
Love it when stuff like that
just been
happens, isn't
married
it?
this
To
week,
Facebook Live, get stuck in a queue, find someone from Devon stood next to you.
Put
the camera up again.
Golden Hind or something as well, right? For this little go-kart track and that, right?
Yeah.
Fun all sorts, Went to book
about-
fastly, are we?
Yeah.
2 roads away from where I want to be, I think.
Bodmin Joe.
Yeah. Went to all the shopping. Let them caves and what.
We're on the Mall, if you've just tuned in. Everyone's trying to figure out what on earth is
What a 40
What on earth's going on?
See all the sights,
answer at this point is not very much.
That's what I'm doing last night. Well, 11 o'clock last night in the bus coming down. The point is they've closed Victoria bus.
I feel like I
station,
can
right?
hear horses,
So I
but
had to get off. We had to get off at
I'm not 100% sure.
Wembley Stadium. So I had to get a tube.
It's good, isn't it? Because you can actually see what's going on. That's all right.
Come on, please open the gate now.
I feel I can hear horses, but am I imagining it? Oh, good, right. There is something happening then. They've just gone up. You probably can't see them anymore. Yeah, they've gone in that direction.
They're just police ones. Oh, they're police ones.
Yeah. There you go. How's that? One more. Yeah, 1.6.1. It looks like we've got camera crews stationed at various points along the way. This buddy's climbed the rhinos. This is our unofficial scout finding out what's going on. He was sat on top of one of the portaloos at the moment.
How much you'll see, you don't actually know.
It's anyone's guess. I suppose on the plus side, you can always pull it up to watch on your phone and see the actual.
You can always watch it tomorrow.
Yes. But it is a pretty once-in-a-lifetime thing to physically be there, isn't it?
So I was saying to the girls, it's like,
Yeah.
well, I won't have another one in my lifetime, probably. Well, you never know. Charles, who knows, 20 years, probably.
Yeah, it's just one of those things you do not know.
There you go. Go on then. You two, come
Maybe
on.
I should hand him the. Maybe I should hand him mine, and he can take over my. Oh yeah, that's true. Be careful. You sat on a portaloo. What's going? I'm doing some news reporting. What's going on up there?
Nothing much. Lots of people waiting.
Yeah.
Very patiently.
Yeah.
Officers on guard.
Yeah.
In military uniforms. But not much of this.
Fantastic work. Thank you very much. So the answer to that question, yeah. Do you want to come and work for the fun? In case you couldn't hear
You're not
it.
going to get any further. Trust me.
Okay. Oh, this is it. This is us then.
There's a road here and they've blocked it off. So you're penned essentially. No, they've blocked the road off.
You cannot.
So you can't
Go further. Apparently.
there's no big screen. So
There
you
we
can get a
go.
tip
Looks
photo.
like we're. It looks like we're just. It looks like we're just stuck.
Nah, no one's getting no one. It's like this on the other side of the road.
Apparently, there's nowhere else to go.
Maybe
They're letting some people across, but if you can get there,
The gates up to get across there.
because I don't think that side is filled up in the same capacity.
Are they letting people cross the road? Are people crossing the road to that side? Are they making us go that way?
Are they? Go. Ask him.
Are we going that way? Are they letting us cross the other side?
They did let some people across. Some people are filtering across, but whether you can get there because the crowds are so thick.
The
but they're not letting
policeman's
anyone
moving,
across this side.
so. Right, I mean, we've been live for almost an hour now.
There is blocked, there is open.
Over there,
On the other side.
so you won't get there.
On that side.
My mum is somewhere in the crowd ahead, but saying not far now, but apparently all the roads have been closed, so I don't know if we can actually get there. I fear we may be stuck in another queue. And we have been doing this Facebook Live for an hour, so what I think I'll do is plug the phone in to charge it, and then maybe we'll come back with another Facebook Live if we get a better view, because I don't think there's very much more to show you at this point. So I guess we'll wrap it up for a sec.
That's another group. You set another group.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Hello to my new friends that are in very close proximity to me. I've been doing a Facebook Live from the Mall, trapped in the crowd. I'm sure I'll catch up with you again later. Nice to chat to some people from Devon, that was very exciting. And see you later. Cheers.